Well, Adam, first win at home, that must feel good.
Yeah, it does feel good. I thought we made real hard work of it. But credit to the players, because it would have been really easy for us to feel sorry for ourselves after obviously conceding that second goal. And I've even seen teams, down there whose confidence is maybe a bit fragile, even go and lose them games. So for us to manage to keep the set play alive and win the game, hopefully that'll, kickstart our season now. Because there's nothing like a last kick goal to win a game of football. So I'm just chuffed to bits for the lads, really, because I think everybody, or I'd like to think everybody can see, the commitment from the players is there and the work rate's there. They're being competitive and they care. So yeah, I feel like they're getting better all the time, and I'm just really made up for them and the supporters, because it's been a bit of a crappy start to the season. Just pleased for everybody, really, that we managed to get that 3 points today.
Late goals first and second half were just frustrating, weren't they?
Yeah, because I felt they started both halves better than us, really. 5-10 minutes of both halves. Quite a few set plays that we dealt with, to be fair to us. And then I felt we kind of settled down, got a bit of control in both halves. And I felt once we scored in the first half, I felt some of our football then in that 20-25 minutes was really good. Our shape was really good. We had a couple of opportunities, and it felt from the side that we were likely to go and get a second goal, if anything. And then we just probably in that last 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe before half time, we just got a bit sloppy with the ball, just turned it over a little bit too much, allowed the game to get a little bit opened up. And obviously they equalised just before half time, which was a blow. But we obviously then come out, don't start great, but then recover, score to go ahead again. And again, I felt we played some decent football at times and created a couple of opportunities. And I think just before they actually scored the second goal, I think it was from the corner, Adam Crowder's headed one right across goal. They've kicked it kind of from within a couple of yards of their goal, and within a matter of seconds they've obviously scored, which was frustrating. But credit to the players to then go and recover and get a very important 3 points for us.
Bartos with the first, and he had an industrious game.
Yeah, but he should do, because we said to him at Darlington, there's no point being his size and as mobile and as athletic as he is, and being a pussycat. He's got to, even if he's not the most aggressive of lads and of people, he's got to use his size to his advantage. But I think it's easy to forget that he's still a young lad. You look at the size of him, you probably think he's older than he is, but he's not, and he's still learning the game and developing, and hopefully we can help him do that. It's the hardest place on the pitch to play is number 9. And I thought he's put a right shift in for us every time he's put the shirt on, and really pleased for him tonight to get his goal. Hopefully that'll be the first of a few more.
It was one of the old heads, obviously, to put you back in front, and Josh was only saying yesterday that we need to score more from set pieces. Yeah,
we should, because we're a big side and we've got fantastic delivery from whoever takes them, Ben, JB, one or two of the other lads. We've got good quality, and we're a physical side. So we've worked quite a bit on set plays. We need to work a lot more on them. There's so much work that we need to do still, and so much improving to make. But we will do. We'll just keep on working hard every day to just keep on getting better week by week. And as JC said, hopefully we'll start to score more goals from set plays.
Just talk us through that last minute. There was 4 minutes of time added on. The last minute you put Billy on. Was that on purpose to do exactly what he did?
Well, I could lie and say yeah, but no. It's we were going to bring him on actually just before they scored the second goal. We felt we kind of got to a point in the game where we maybe needed to just be a bit more solid down the sides of the pitch, and Billy's got tremendous pace, and he can help get you up the pitch, as Smudge, who came on very willing worker and an athletic lad, and we felt just get a bit of extra protection in front of Kian and Cliffy, and then obviously they go and score, so we opted to just wait and see how the next few minutes materialised. And it was just, sometimes you've just got to go off gut and instinct, and it was just one of them that let's just chuck him on and he might get an opportunity to, getting a 1v1 down the side or running behind somebody, and as it came about, he's just kept the ball alive in the box, and Smudge has slotted it away. So just highlights the importance of everybody within the group, because everybody will be needed, and everybody is valued, and if you're not starting the game, you've got to have the right attitude and be ready to come on and try and make an impact for the minutes you're on the pitch. And I thought both Smudge and Billy have done that tonight, so fair play to them.
The scenes at the end were tremendous, and obviously that will give everybody, as you say, the lift that is needed. Hopefully.
It's important that we don't get carried away. It's just one win, and obviously we've got a hell of a lot of work to do. We need to find a consistency now of performance and results. But it certainly won't have done us any harm in terms of our confidence. And also, getting ourselves kind of, united with the fans, really, because I've been blown away, to be fair, with the support of this club, particularly when we've gone to the 2 away games. We had a great turnout here in our opening game against Buxton, and then the 2 games on the road, particularly the South Shields one. The weather on the Friday was horrendous. The A1 was terrible, and further to be so many supporters there clapping the lads off the pitch despite losing. We're really grateful for that, and we will continue to work hard and give everything to turn around our fortunes. And we're doing it obviously for ourselves, but we're also doing it for them because it's their club.
Can you see an upward trend since that first game? The things you want and you see more of?
Yeah, 100%. I think we're becoming more resilient, and I see that daily in training now. The way that we work with the players, we try and make everything competitive, whether it's a game of head tennis or shuttles, relays, small-sided games. I believe that you have to train as you play. It's difficult to be down there in training and then expect lads to get right up to where they need to be in games. So I've always trained my players hard, and it's something that's brought me success in the past. And the most important thing is that the players want to work hard and they are receptive to it. They want to get fitter, get stronger, become better as individuals and as a team. And the running data that we have and that we collect is getting better all the time, which shows that we're going in the right direction. I think I was pretty honest when I first came in and spoke to you that I felt we needed to get fitter, and that's still the case, but we are doing. But the main thing is the commitment. I think the commitment is there from the lads. We're seeing them defending the box pretty well in the main, getting out, blocking balls, throwing the bodies on the line to get the ball over the net. And it just, the way that everybody celebrated at the end, including all the subs that flew off the bench, and I think even Sam ended up down there as well. That just shows how, together and committed we all are. So we've got to use moments like that to propel us forward.
A couple of exits, Sean Spence went, so it seemed to happen very suddenly.
Yeah, well,
was that one of your making that you said,
To be fair to Sean, I think he probably realised that his opportunities were going to be limited, and there was interest there from Steve King at Havant, who obviously had him at Gloucester. I think the lad had a few issues at home, and obviously we're quite away from where he's based, whereas they're about an hour and a half closer to him. And sometimes you just got to do what's the right thing for the player. There's no point, and we're not achieving anything by keeping him around when he's got an opportunity to go elsewhere and play games. And it obviously helps us get him off the budget and maybe free up some funds for us to utilise elsewhere when we see the right opportunity to bring somebody in. What I would say is his attitude and his application was fantastic, even when he knew that he was likely to go. He still travelled when he was unwell, and he still reported for training and did the right things. And I wish him well.
And Quain, probably slightly different story, is it?
Yeah, I don't really want to elaborate on him. He's just he's not the type of person or player that I want to be associated with, and he won't be coming back here. As simple as that.
You sent him back?
Yeah.
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 Did they want him back?
You'd have to ask them. I don't know. I mean, probably just to without elaborating too much, but I think probably people deserve to have a little bit more meat on the bones. He in a nutshell said he was ill and unable to train, but then we learnt that he was in Dubai, and that's just, for a professional footballer who's in a privileged position, that's just unacceptable behaviour, and obviously he's not our player, so however his club opt to deal with him is entirely up to them, but they know that we don't want him back here. Simple as that.
You've got George in. I mean, it's quite the opposite attitude-wise. He's running himself into the ground, hasn't he?
Yeah, and that is what we need.
Yeah.
He's got a bright future ahead of him. He only turned 18 on Sunday, and his performances so far have been unbelievable. Just energy, commitment, work rate, endeavour, attitude. Got things to improve on, but that's why these young lads come to clubs like us, because they learn the game, the proper game, and they'll learn on the job, so to speak. But I've had some good players from Fleetwood at my last two clubs, and it's a club that I know it's obviously geographically it's away from us, but obviously with us being full time and having accommodation close to the training ground, it was just a no-brainer really to get him in, and so far he's been fantastic for us.
Are you still sort of sieving through the players and getting to know them and looking, saying, like, we want these players, those, if there's an opportunity, they can go elsewhere? Maybe on a loan, maybe the younger players, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I think a football club's always it's always moving. There's always the possibility of lads coming in. There's always the possibility of lads moving out for different reasons. But what I would say is, when I first came in, we had, I think, 26 outfield players training with the group and a couple of goalkeepers, and that was just an unsustainable number. Probably the quality within training was diluted, and the core group of senior players probably weren't getting enough out of training. So we, after a couple of sessions, we decided to whittle that group down. Some of the lads were young lads who are now training a little bit more with the under-23s, and we're trying to get some of those out on loan, because they're not going to learn and develop by just training with us. They need to go out and play men's football and learn. So we've obviously reduced that. We've sent a couple of the loan lads back who we just felt were not what we needed, and obviously Sean leaving as well. So we've got a more manageable group now, but you've always got to be looking to improve. So we've always got one eye, at what's available. The difficulty you have as a manager is you just get offered so many players by clubs higher up the pyramid looking to get lads out on loan, by agents, and it's probably the most difficult part of the job, particularly when you're in a season, because probably some of the lads who we've maybe identified as lads who could maybe come in and strengthen the group are contracted elsewhere, and that obviously then requires transfer fees, which is difficult in current climate. So we might just have to be patient, but the lads who we have now in this group, they're working hard, they're working well. I think they're receptive and responding well to the way that we want to work with them, and I do feel like they're getting better. So providing that they continue to want to do that, then that gives them all a better chance.